You ever just want to sit and make content without having to set up your stand, your lights, your cameras? Well, you can build a desk just like this, where you sit down, you hit lights, boom. Camera, boom. Recording. What up, chat? Then when you're done recording, hit that button. The file is now saved here locally on your computer for you to save, edit, post, and do again. Now, if you want a desk just like this or inspiration on how to get some of the parts, watch this video. We're going to be focused on the lights here today. Next part of this video is going to be focused on the Stream Deck and some other Elgato products. And I have some exciting products for you next on the series of this desk. So let's break it down. In today's episode of my all-in-one YouTube Studio Desk series is focused on lighting. And the lighting that makes it all possible is the Amaran Verge, Verge Max, and Ace 25C. I'll also add in a bonus product that isn't lighting, but really holds my setup together. If you want to build a desk that gives you zero excuses to film YouTube videos, then this video is for you. Full transparency, I was lucky enough to partner with Amaran on this video. They gifted the lights you're seeing here for my review. This video was not sponsored and no money exchanged hands. Same goes for VIVO, who sent out the bonus product that I'll feature in this video. I'll show you exactly how I mounted everything on this desk. I'll break down each product by packaging, performance, and price. And finally, I'll show you how I use these lights in my actual workflow. And I'll wrap up with who this is for and who it's not. Let's get it. Here was the problem with my previous desk lighting. A lot of bulky lights that took up way too much space, the controls were not integrated, and I even had to take down my softbox from time to time because it was an eyesore in the corner of my room. But for this series, I'm building a desk that's going to solve all those problems. It'll be clean, mobile, and let me film fast. I also wanted lighting that's powerful, USB-C chargeable, app controlled, and if possible, have a clean white aesthetic. And that's where the Amaran Verge series comes in. So first, the Amaran Verge Max is mounted to the left side of my FlexiSpot rolling desk. Next is the Amaran Verge, which is mounted to the right side of my desk. And then you have the two Amaran Ace 25C lights. So that's the full layout. Let's start with the Verge Max. The packaging is super clean. Feels like it was created with creators in mind, not like your traditional cob light or random Amazon light panel. It has a clean design with one power button, a small display, and two dials for both brightness and temperature. Plus, it's USB-C charging with 60 watts of power output. The material for the Verge Max is all plastic, which is actually fine with me. It allows the light to be lightweight and flexible. If this was metal, it would weigh a ton. Now, the light does come with an amazing desk mount that's very high quality and all metal to ensure stability during usage. Now, my one complaint here is small, but it stood out to me. The plastic wire clips that are on the Verge Max mount feel very cheap on an otherwise very premium mount. It's also one of the easiest fixes that Amaran could make on a future version. That being said, it doesn't stop the light from working, it's just a quality feel thing that stood out to me immediately. Now, most importantly is performance. When I'm filming talking head videos, I want a big soft light, quick controls for adjustments, and consistency, because I film multiple episodes in the same space. The Verge Max gives me that big soft light that I'm looking for, and if you're filming at a desk in a small room, this light will mount snugly on the corner of the desk for studio level lighting in your bedroom. The Verge Max is also extremely easy to use. Between the physical dials and the app control, for example, I personally have it synced up to my Stream Deck Plus via the Amaran plugin, so I can control all of my Amaran lights from a finger's reach. Like all of them, the Verge Max, the Verge, the two Ace 25Cs, and even my older 60XS, all to be controlled with the buttons and dials at my fingertips. As far as power output on the Verge Max, I'm almost never using it past 5%, except for when I'm filming top-down product content and I need bright, heavy lighting. For me, as a content creator with limited space, the Amaran Verge Max is the ultimate key light. And for those of you that are unaware, a key light is the main light used in a 3-point lighting setup. The other two lights are the fill light, which sits opposite of your key light, and the backlight, which helps separate you from your background. If you could only buy one of these lights, you should focus on buying a really good key light. Finally, price. The Amaran Verge Max kit in white is currently going for $259 on Amaran's website, and it comes with the Verge Max, the desk clamp, and a 65-watt USB-C power supply. The Verge Max Grid is an additional $35 if you choose to get that, bringing the total to $294. That might seem a little expensive, but not when you compare it to the traditional setup, using a cob light. Now, cob stands for chip on board, and that's typically the big lights you see in most studios. If you combine a traditional cob light with a softbox and a desk mount, that traditional setup would cost you just about the same price. It would be much bulkier, you'd have to purchase everything separately, and it wouldn't look nearly as good. Alright, the next light we're reviewing from Amaran is the Verge. The packaging for the Verge is consistent with the Verge Max. It's clean, organized, and well protected. It has the same clean design with one power button, a display, 2 dials for brightness and temperature, plus USB-C charging. And this one has 26 watts of power as opposed to 60 watts of power in the Verge Max. The main differences are size, shape, and obviously that maximum power output we just talked about. The Verge works perfectly as my fill light. So earlier I talked about that 3-point lighting with the key light and the fill light. This is my fill light. Both lights are integrated with the Amaran app, and I've created a custom Stream Deck button that instantly activates perfect lighting presets for both these lights at the same time. The goal here is to remove friction from my workflow so I can sit down and record immediately. I actually took the Verge Stand that Amaran provided, I removed the round base, and I used a heavy-duty C-clamp to mount it to this pole. So the Verge is basically living on the same vertical spine as my monitor setup. This is not typical, but it works for me, stacking functions and removing clutter. And on that same pole, my monitor is mounted using the VIVO mount pole 01AW, which is a pole-mounted monitor arm. It's extendable and compressible, and it lets me position my monitor exactly where I want it without eating desk space. VIVO sent out this monitor arm for me to review and add to this desk because the VIVO monitor arm that I purchased originally took up way too much space. And I needed to maximize free space on this desk for top-down shots. As for the price of the Amaran Verge and its stand, you can get both for $114. Honestly, I can't think of a better key light and fill light combo between the Amaran Verge and Verge Max. They're clean, minimal, and they produce professional results in potentially your bedroom. And finally, the smallest and probably coolest light of the bunch, the Amaran Ace 25C. Packaging for this is simple and straightforward. In the box you get the Amaran Ace 25C, a magnetic dome diffuser, an Ace Lock cold shoe adapter, and a USB-C charging cable. Performance-wise, these are perfect for my workflow. The light powers on quickly, which makes it a good grab and go light. One is used for the powerful on-camera light in certain angles, and the other is used as my background light when I want to change the mood, different temperatures, different colors. This is full RGB. If you're building a desk studio and have dedicated background lighting, it makes everything look way more intentional. So putting thought behind the lights behind you is just as important as putting thought to the lights in front of you. These lights are small, powerful, and extremely versatile. In addition to the full RGB color spectrum that I just mentioned, these have USB-C recharging, built-in 1/4-inch threads, a cold shoe adapter, and they're magnetic, so you can simply mount these to any metal surface and they'll shine the light that you need. And you get all that versatility for just $99. Now, let me show you why this setup works in real-life filming scenarios. In talking head mode, I just sit down, I hit record, and the light's already dialed in. No stands, no setup, just recording. In desk mode, I can place products on the table and get clean lighting for detailed shots. As I discussed earlier, these prices are actually pretty comparable when you look at traditional lighting setups. And these aren't even the newest lights from Amaran. Amaran has recently came out with the Halo series that is phenomenal, so please take a look at those as well. But for me and my setup, these are the perfect lights. If you had to rank them in order of importance for a setup, again, I would say your key light's going to be most important, followed by your fill light. And then if you really want to separate you from your background, getting some of those background lights would be phenomenal.